from the second city of Chicago. Head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. On the Dallas sideline, it is their head coach. His guys at 2-0 to begin 2025. On the other sideline, it is the Bears head coach, Ben Johnson. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson set to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 56 yards.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Yeah, here we go. I think 20.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Prescott on first down. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21. This has been a solid opening drive. Knocking on the door. First and goal. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now back at the 4 for second and goal. To throw is Prescott. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Dak Prescott, touchdown Chicago. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Bears are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
A gain of 15. First down, Cowboys.
Stroud to throw here on first down. That's taken in by Horton. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up second.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 2.
On the quick, right?
They'll run here. It's Brees Hall. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Kendall Fuller up to make the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 33, here's second and 8. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. He's got it at about the 8. And he's in! D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's his third touchdown catch this year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here we go on the return from the 1. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Bears offense going to take over now for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down. While we have a moment, why don't we take a look at the key inactives not playing in the ball game here this afternoon. They'll try again here. Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Going up top for Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pickup good for 29 yards.
That's good. Bears, first down.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Good physical run. It will wind up as a gain of 5. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. From the 42-yard line, here's second and 4. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Once again, it's Jacobs. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Here's third and 7. A shotgun snap for Prescott. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Cowboys offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now the former Buckeye, it's Travion Henderson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
At the 40-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Here we go. Let's go.
On the give, it's Henderson. He's got space inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Dallas. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. That is a 1st National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I could promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, check.
Prescott. And he gets that one complete to Collins. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Second down, Prescott. That complete to Jacobs. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, here we go.
They'll go fighting for the marker. He loses the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. We are through 1. 14-7 is our score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Here's Jake Bailey now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. Davis to return it. A very nice return. He takes it up past the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Hey, Greg, no one better than you to talk about the rookie crop of tight ends, especially at the top. A couple of guys who have Midwest ties, played in the Big Ten, now find themselves in the Midwest, especially Colston Loveland, who's a Chicago Bear tight end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Mike, when I watch Loveland play, when you look back and watch his tape from Michigan, there's two guys that play tight in the NFL. There's the guy that you have to script open. He's going to catch flat routes and naked routes, and he's going to catch the easy ones, and he'll run after and get what he can. And then there's the guys, Mike, that get themselves open. They can win third down one-on-one. They can win versus press. They can win routes downfield versus defensive backs, not just linebackers. When I watch Colston Loveland, that's the guy I see.
And another one out of the Big Ten, Tyler Warren from Penn State. He goes to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and he's a little more of a throwback, right? He can play a quarterback, he can play H-back, he can put his hand on the ground. He's still good enough and athletic enough to play in space. When you look at what Penn State did with him, there wasn't a position on the field, including center, that he didn't play. So he's a really big, physical, run-after-catch. I think he's a good fit because, remember, in Indy, that Shane Steichen offense, they're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to get downhill with the run game, offensive line. So I think it's a good fit because he's very talented in the passing game, but he's going to keep teams honest with his ability to still contribute on all three downs.
Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Give up the middle with Hall. Hall is hit. He's lost the football. Looks like the Bears got there, and they did. Chicago ball.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Into space at the 45. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
A gain on the play of 73 yards. And the Bears first down. 1st and 10.
Dak can throw it here on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And the Bears are going to have it 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Bears first down.
Here's Jacobs. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. 4th down wide.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah!
3rd and goal for Prescott. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
For the field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Bears are back within 4 at 14-10.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Cowboys offense and Bruce Hall getting set for this next drive. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? You pooch it, you kick it out the back of the end zone, and I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. And he will get into the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back to work. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And the Bears 1st down.
That's to Dobbs again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
1st down. 1st and
To the air again, Prescott. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Again, Prescott to the air. This one's going to be taken in by Collins. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Bears 1st down.
They'll throw again. Dak. Flush to his right. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
At the 37-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Prescott now. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time,
3rd down,
and it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. One, 26.
Throwing is Prescott. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back, 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Chicago.
And the Bears, first down.
Back to throw is Prescott. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. Second down, 8 yards to go.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and
Prescott again.
at the 24-yard line.
Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
That's good.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. There's Evans. He's got it. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are able to get it back within a score.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. Here's Darius Davis from his end zone. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. A sad day for some, the official final day of summer. Fall begins in the USA tomorrow, so time for one more summer fling, if you will. Our look around the NFL starts now. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home for a divisional matchup against Houston in the AFC South. And here's the Jags wideout. He only had 2 receptions in the game, but he made both of them count. Both of them went for touchdowns. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And it's the 29th pick of the 7th round, almost Mr. Irrelevant, Ja'Cory Krosky-Marin. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And it's Cooper Kupp. He's going to pull this one in, and then he sets his sights towards the end zone. It's going to wind up as a 53-yard touchdown. The Panthers are off to a 3-0 start as they get the victory. And with that, a look at what else is going on around the NFL here in week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. That man in Dallas, Brian Schottenheimer, his offense going back to work once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10.
Here we go. DJ. Right.
They'll go play action with Stroud. A down the field there, but it falls incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And that will lead to a second down. Well, we have a moment while we take a look at the key inactives not playing in the ball game here this afternoon. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Will be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Lucas Van Ness getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Talk things over before third down.
On the quick, right? 19 taxi.
From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
First and goal, Dallas.
They'll run, it's Hall. And he'll take this one in. Reese Hall, touchdown, Dallas. That his first touchdown of the new year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. The Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
28, Bears 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10.
Yeah, here we go. I take line in.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And the Bears first down.
Yeah, here we go.
First and 10.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 48-yard line. Here's second and 8.
Yeah.
They'll go play action. It's Prescott. Pass caught right side by Conklin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Brings up third and 6.
Yeah. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Bears. Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go. And the Bears are back within one score. It is an 8-point game.
Bears 20.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return is Trey Palmer. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. To throw is Stroud. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. On first down, it's Stroud. To the left side and is caught by Horton. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' first down as this defense is too loose there. Gain of 19 on fourth down. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll try the right side with Hall. And good blocking up front. Paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Brings up second and a yard at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's second down and a yard.
Oh, hey.
Back to throw, Stroud. He's got fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. Looks like the Bears got there, and they did. Chicago ball. And so much for a nice game through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9. Here's Jacobs. The defense coming hard, trying to force the safety. Didn't get out, but to the 2, and no further.
Find yourself in a little tricky situation here, Mike, on third down, backed up this close to your own goal line. I think the plan is you got to attempt to pass, but it's got to be short. You don't want your quarterback standing in the end zone very long with the ball in his hands. But this ball needs to come out, hopefully pick up the first down. But if not, just buy a little breathing room for your punt team.
At his own 8-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
The Bears sending out their punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Cowboys offense, and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On the ground, here is Henderson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Cowboys.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That one, good for 18 yards, and to the 18-yard line. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Now Stroud. He's got it at the 7. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter.
Here we go. Robbie. Hey, what up?
They'll run with Henderson. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal. Bears 6-yard.
Throwing is Stroud. That is caught, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's his third touchdown catch this year.
The kicker on.
And another score puts them in great shape here in the fourth quarter. Greg, looks like they are on their way to 3 games and 3 wins.
And they say the only thing better than being 2-0, Mike, is being 3-0. And barring something unforeseen here down the stretch, they're going to get their 3rd straight victory to start this season. Can't ask for a much better start. This is going to give them a real good opportunity late in the season to find themselves in pretty good position.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Finding space at the 40. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 55 yards on the game.
So you take a look at an offensive coordinator's play sheet, Mike, and there's a column on all of those pages that at the end of the day, it's about the players, not the plays. And when things aren't going well, you say, all right, who do I have to get the ball to? Well, this guy is one of them. I mean, whether they throw it to him, hand it to him, whatever they do, the more he touches the ball, the more good things happen. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score. They got to score fast.
Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on 1st down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
2nd down, Prescott. To the back of the end zone, he's got it. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Bears. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game.
27.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Palmer now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Cowboys offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Stroud to throw. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2nd and inches.
Oh, and Robbie. 18. What's up?
They'll go again with Hall. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 1st and 10. Another run here with Hall. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. On 2nd down, Stroud. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, Stroud. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Dallas. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Bears 27.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive... will begin.
The Bears take over first.
Bears offense ready for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
And he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hustled out of bounds. Here's 3rd and 2. Here's Prescott. The pass rush gets home and he goes down. James Pierce having success early in his career. His 2nd sack in these first few weeks of the season. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Prescott now. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
17-yard line.
2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Tony.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. Here's Stroud. That's taken in. And he will have the 1st down. So they roll the dice on 4th down in the red zone. And it pays off with 1st and goal.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Line of scrimmage, the 7 for 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Out to his right, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. Looks like the Bears got there, and they did. Chicago ball. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite him right here.
Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is brought in, and he will score again. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdowns for the game, his first 3 of the year. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. The timeouts are gone, so this becomes a must. They're going to line up for the onside kick.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
The Cowboys offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. On first down, it's Stroud. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
All right. Stop. 18.
Again, here's Hall.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
18.
They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Azai Mitchell, the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
It's clear from that 3rd down call, Mike, that they had already made up their mind that they would go for it on 4th down. Figured they still have that extra down in their pocket, and the defensive side of the field, now is the time to continue to be aggressive.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
By James Pierce. A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start.